Alright, so HTML format wrap attributes. Wrap attributes only, wrap attributes. And then the auto setting is wrap attributes only when the line length is exceeded. So by default, the line length is 120, and I added some styles here so that the line length would be exceeded, and the auto does this. It wraps the attributes when the line length is exceeded. So these attributes are wrapped. So you have auto, aligned multiple, which is wrap when line is exceeded, and align the attributes vertically. So notice that this style is not aligned with this class, right? But if we set this to align multiple, and now it's aligned, right? Aligned, right? So it added an extra space there. The other option is force. So it's going to force all attributes to go on new lines, but not the first one. Then you have force aligned, which is the same thing, but now they will align the attributes. Then you have force expand multi-line, which means that all attributes will go on new lines. And then you have preserve, so it preserves the wrapping. So let me go back. It just preserves the wrapping. I don't really understand this setting, to be honest, because preserves the wrapping. So I'm guessing this means, or supposed to mean, it's gonna preserve wherever we have it with, right? So if we don't have any wrapping, it's gonna preserve that, but it adds the wrapping. Adds a new line there. I don't really understand how this option. And then you have preserve aligned, which just aligns again. Okay, so my option here is auto, which means only wrap when the line is exceeded. But actually, there's a very clear distinction that needs to be made here that unfortunately most people don't realize, which is code formatting and code viewing is not the same thing, right? So the code is formatted. Actually, let me go. Yeah, well, this is wrongly formatted, so let me actually show you what this is supposed to look like. I have to fix this. Okay, so we have a really long line here. Oh, right. Damn, it's formatting this incorrectly. Anyway, there's a difference between... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna disable this. So 0 means disable, so that it stops hard wrapping my lines. Alright, so this line is, so line 22 is how the code is formatted. If I enable word wrap by going to view and toggle word wrap, or just pressing option Z, this is how this line is viewed. So there's a clear distinction between the formatting of a line and its visualization, right? And code formatters should format the code. They should not change the way the code is visualized, right? Even though if you correctly format the code, you change how the code is. But there's a distinction to be made between code formatting and code visualization. And my preference is to have clean formatting, meaning the code will never wrap, will never hard wrap, meaning that it would never, to me it doesn't make sense to add a new line here. And by the way, making code formatters change code visualization generates a lot of artificial errors. I actually talk about that in the Prettier playlist if you want to check that out. Anyway, there's a difference between formatting and visualization, and I like my formatting to be clean. So if this is a line, this is a line. If I want to view it differently, instead of having to scroll to the right, I enable word wrap. And there's other features that I can enable that relate to code visualization. Anyway, I'm sorry for such a long story, but formatters should not wrap code ever. That's a job for the code editor's visualization tools. So I'm gonna leave this one with auto.